3 doors up from my house. And one of my earliest memories was when, for the first time, I went to his house in Melbarry to play soldiers. For a 5-year-old, Lucas had an enviable collection of toy soldiers.
Actually, he's going to pick them up in the project next week.
Yeah. Tanks, cannons, the whole range of military hardware. 5-year-old Simon had nothing, so I asked my mum if she'd buy me some, which she did. And she got a black marker pen and she drew a black cross on the bottom of all of them so that we'd know which were mine and which were Lucas's. And she drove me around to Lucas's house. Here's me, I proudly set up my 30-odd plastic soldiers against Lucas's vast armada. And we started the battle. But the game only lasted a few minutes because Lucas told me his side fired an atomic bomb and proceeded to knock over every one of my soldiers. I was pretty annoyed at the time, and even more so when a while later I saw a photo of that vehicle that apparently fired the bomb. Turned out it was a radar truck. But the path was clearly set on a military career. And Lucas is probably the only 5-year-old I've ever known who never changed his mind of what he wanted to be when he grew up. While other kids were wanting to be astronauts or paleontologists to dig for dinosaurs, Lucas just wanted to be in the army. We spent the rest of our childhood prowling through the bushland near our house, always playing soldiers, occasionally finding hidden bush camps of other older kids, and on one occasion finding 2 tomato plants, which we proudly brought home to my mum. If that had happened a few years later, we'd probably still have taken them, but we probably wouldn't have handed them over. We saw each other nearly every day, even though we were at different high schools. And that lasted until Lucas did indeed join the army. And from then on our lives diverged. We kept in touch, and it wasn't a surprise when I got a message from him telling me he was in the Golan Heights, monitoring the fighting in Syria. It was a surprise when he told me he'd met a girl on Tinder there and was hanging out with her at the various bars and beaches of Tel Aviv. I'd always been told that war is hell, but apparently not when you're an officer. Spoken as an ex-digger. It was even more a surprise, going on past history, when we met Einav and find out we actually really liked her. Lucas had obviously finally got his act together. My wife Sally first met Einav at our wedding last year, and Sally came up to me at our reception, which was about 2 bottles of champagne in, and told me that Einav was amazing and that she hoped they'd get married. True story. Part of that may have been born of the hope that it would be an excuse for a trip to Israel for the wedding. But part of it was definitely genuine. And she did get her wish sooner than expected, even if she didn't get that trip to Israel. And now I'd like to hand over to a man who knows a thing or 2 or 3 about weddings. Even now, he's actually had more of them than Lucas and I put together.
event went much worse than I was expecting. Supposed to get grilled.
I appreciate Lucas obviously asking me to spend a couple of words tonight. So I thought he was going to preempt me on my first story, which started out of how we met. Like Lucas said, we met a long time ago. We've been friends for a while, and we met before that. It was pretty obvious, I thought, we were going to be mates because we met so young on the hockey field as youngsters. And as you can tell from my toned physique, I'm obviously a sportsman. And that was no different when I was 8. So this opportunity came up, a golden opportunity for me to score. I stopped staring at the ants and pretending to shoot planes down with my hockey stick as a shoulder-mounted RPG. I chased the ball, I tackled, and the Kookaburras from the 2004 Olympics would have been proud. The pure ferocity of the attack, I think, scared Lucas away from the ball. It could also have been the fact that I was on his team and probably shouldn't have been tackling him. I wasn't a particularly good player, so I was also hacking at his shins with my hockey stick at the